Zara Blackwood had worked hard to leave her painful high school memories behind. The 28-year-old social media manager now ran successful digital campaigns for major corporations, had built a thriving online presence with thousands of followers, and lived in a beautiful apartment in the city. But when the invitation to her 10-year high school reunion arrived, all those old wounds came flooding back. The invitation came with a personal note from Brittany Coleman, the girl who had made Zara's teenage years a living hell. "Can't wait to see what everyone has been up to. It's going to be such a fun night to catch up on old times. XOXO Brittany." Zara's stomach turned as she remembered the daily torment Brittany had inflicted on her. The name-calling, the public humiliation, the way Brittany had turned their entire class against her for being weird and poor. Zara had been a shy, awkward teenager from a single-parent household who couldn't afford designer clothes or the latest gadgets. Maybe she's changed, Zara thought, trying to give Brittany the benefit of the doubt. Maybe we can finally put the past behind us. But 3 weeks before the reunion, Zara's professional monitoring tools picked up something disturbing. As a social media manager, she used advanced analytics software to track online conversations about her clients. Out of curiosity, she had set up alerts for reunion-related posts from her old classmates. What she discovered made her blood boil. Brittany had been running a secret group chat with several former classmates, and the screenshots Zara's software had captured revealed a sinister plan. "I can't wait to see Zara's face when she realizes everyone knows the truth about her success," Brittany had written. "I've been doing some research, and that fancy job of hers, she's basically just posting pictures on Instagram for a living. So pathetic." What Brittany didn't realize was that Zara Blackwood wasn't the same vulnerable teenager she remembered. She was now a certified social media strategist who managed million-dollar digital campaigns, had connections with influencers and journalists across the country, and understood exactly how to build or destroy someone's online reputation. The next morning, Zara began what would become the most personal campaign of her professional career. She started by analyzing Brittany's digital footprint using the same tools she used for corporate reputation management. What she found was a goldmine of material. Brittany had been living a completely fabricated life on social media, claiming to be a successful entrepreneur while actually working part-time at a local retail store. Her luxury lifestyle posts were all stolen from other accounts, and her successful business was actually a failed MLM scheme that had left her in debt. "She's been catfishing her entire online presence," Zara whispered to herself, scrolling through months of fake posts. "This is professional-level deception." Zara's investigation revealed that Brittany had been bullying other women online for years, using fake accounts to harass former classmates who had achieved success. She'd been running harassment campaigns against at least 6 women from their graduating class, spreading lies about their careers and personal lives. The breakthrough came when Zara discovered Brittany's plan for the reunion. She'd been secretly recording conversations with former classmates, editing them to make successful alumni look arrogant and out of touch. Her plan was to play these edited recordings at the reunion, publicly humiliating anyone who had achieved more than she had. But Brittany's most devastating weapon was her collection of embarrassing photos and stories from high school. She'd been gathering material for months, planning to create a roast presentation that would destroy the reputations of her former victims in front of everyone they once knew. She's been planning this for months, Zara realized, looking at the evidence she'd uncovered. She wants to drag everyone down to her level. The most shocking discovery came when Zara used her professional network to investigate Brittany's current situation. The woman had been fired from 3 jobs for workplace bullying, had been evicted from 2 apartments for harassing neighbors, and was currently facing legal action for online stalking. Zara had seen enough. As a social media manager with years of experience building viral campaigns, she knew exactly how to expose Brittany's lies and protect her former classmates from public humiliation. The first phase of Zora's revenge was gathering allies. She reached out to the 6 women Brittany had been harassing, showing them evidence of the fake accounts and harassment campaigns. Within hours, she had a coalition of successful women who were ready to fight back. Zara's next move was exposing Brittany's fake lifestyle to their mutual connections. Using her expertise in content creation, she built a comprehensive presentation showing side-by-side comparisons of Brittany's stolen posts and their original sources. But Zara didn't stop with just the fake posts. She discovered that Brittany had been scamming former classmates through her MLM scheme, taking their money and providing worthless products in return. The revenge campaign began with Zara creating a private documentary-style video exposing Brittany's decade-long pattern of harassment and deception. She used her professional video editing skills to create a compelling narrative that showed how Brittany had been systematically targeting successful women. Zara's next target was Brittany's current employer. She discovered that Brittany had been using company resources to run her harassment campaigns, violating multiple workplace policies and potentially exposing the company to liability. The most satisfying moment came when Zara decided to attend the reunion after all. But instead of walking into Brittany's trap, she arrived prepared with evidence of everything Brittany had planned. "I know you've been planning to humiliate me and our classmates tonight," Zara announced, when Brittany approached her with fake enthusiasm. "But I'm a social media manager, Brittany. I make a living managing online reputations and exposing fake accounts." Brittany's face went pale as Zara pulled out her phone, showing her the evidence she gathered. The fake lifestyle posts, the harassment campaigns, the stolen photos, everything Brittany had done was documented with the precision of a professional investigation. "You tried to continue the same bullying that made high school miserable for so many of us," Zara continued. "But what you didn't realize is that I now have the skills and platform to expose people like you." The final blow came when Zara's investigation led to criminal charges against Brittany for cyberstalking and fraud. The evidence she gathered was so comprehensive that the police opened an investigation into the harassment that led to a restraining order. Brittany, who had been systematically harassing successful women for years, was convicted on multiple counts of cyberstalking, fraud, and harassment. She was sentenced to 2 years probation and ordered to pay restitution to her victims. The reunion became a celebration of success and survival rather than the humiliation Brittany had planned. Zara's presentation about overcoming bullying and building resilience inspired everyone in attendance and went viral on social media. But Zara's victory wasn't finished. Her campaign had exposed a network of adult bullies who had been targeting successful women online. The story became a case study in how social media skills could be used to protect vulnerable people from harassment. 6 months after Brittany's conviction, Zara received a message from a teenager named Maya, who had recognized the same bullying patterns in her own school after seeing Zara's viral video about the reunion. "Because of your courage in exposing Brittany's methods," Maya wrote, "I was able to identify the same harassment tactics in my own situation. I stopped my bullies before they could destroy my confidence completely. You didn't just save yourself, you saved me too." Zara realized that her social media skills had protected not just her own reputation, but had exposed a predator who had been targeting vulnerable women for years. Brittany's conviction had led to new awareness about adult bullying and cyberstalking. As Zara looked back on the experience, she understood that Brittany's biggest mistake had been targeting someone with the exact skills needed to expose her. The woman who had tried to destroy a social media expert's reputation had instead provided her with the most important campaign of her career. The investigation had revealed systematic harassment that protected future victims and brought justice to those who had suffered in silence. Zara's professional expertise had turned Brittany's weapon against her, proving that sometimes the best revenge is simply the truth. Years later, when Zara spoke at conferences about cyberbullying and online harassment, she would always end with the same observation: "She spent months planning to humiliate me and drag down our successful classmates, but she never bothered to research who I'd become." That's the difference between a bully and a professional. I built my career on understanding people and platforms. Brittany had thought she was dealing with the same insecure teenager she remembered from high school. Instead, she'd encountered a skilled professional who had spent years learning how to build reputations, expose lies, and protect people from online harassment. The bully's plan for humiliation had become the foundation for her own downfall, proving that justice has a way of finding those who seek it.